Hello, my name is Alberto Rubio, and I'm a professor of marketing and the MBA director at the University of the Incarnate Word in San Antonio, Texas, United States. Today, I'm going to be talking about my paper, Fostering Trust and Camaraderie in Mentor-Mentee Relationships at the MBA level. This paper is a conceptual paper, and it is aimed at designing questions between mentor and mentees with a focus on the MBA students. When I started this paper, I wanted to look at mentoring not only from an academic perspective, but also to helping students in their career and with their psychosocial well-being. I used several models in designing these questioning techniques. For example, the integrated model of trust, principles of congruence and empathic understanding, and social penetration theory. And the premise of the paper is that mentors who are always asking open-ended questions and person-centered questions can better guide students, specifically MBA students, through their academic process. And this will increase the perceived trustworthiness and let them know that I care about them with benevolence and integrity. So I created 4 levels of questioning, and these are based on social penetration theory, but they're also aimed at building rapport between the mentor and the mentee. The first level, the most basic level, is the icebreaker questions. This starts on the early stages of our relationship, and they are aimed at reducing anxiety in the mentee and building initial comfort and showing interest in the student. Some of the questions that may be asked at this stage are something like, what brought you to this field of study? What is something you're enjoying doing right now or struggling this term? So again, this is just your basic, hey, I'm meeting you and this is who I am. I want to know a little bit more about you, but not going too deep. So these are the icebreaker questions. The second level of questioning is a little deeper, and it's called values alignment and motivation questions. I am trying in this stage to explore what the goals of the mentee are, what are their values and their sense of purpose. They're aimed at being a little more reflective and forward-looking, not just, hey, how are you? But, okay, where do you see yourself in 5 years? So a little more reflective, forward-looking. What makes you feel energized? So what are your values? What is your sense of purpose? This stage will probably come in handy with most students. It's still not deep enough that it will trigger some students. So the second level is still aimed at everyone. The third level of questioning is what we call empathy-driven and emotionally supportive questions. Here I'm going deeper. I'm trying to explore the emotions and setbacks of students. I'm trying to validate their experience while here in the MBA program, and I'm encouraging openness for them to share their experience with me. Some examples of questions used here can be, hey, what is something that you found unexpectedly difficult lately? Trying to go into their minds like, okay, how can I maybe help you? What has been your experience? How can I make it better? Another one is there anything that's been weighing on you that you haven't had a chance to talk about? Giving them the option to have someone who they hopefully at this point, they trust and open up and say, this is where I'm doing, this is where I'm struggling perhaps, and try to find a way to help them. And the final stage, which will definitely not be achievable with every student, is the empowerment and growth-oriented questions. These are going in a little deeper, and this is for mature relationships. This is when we've had rapport and we've been around each other for a while and we feel comfortable and there's some trust between us. And they're aimed at having some more reflective and growth based questions. I want to know about your trajectory. How did it go? What could have changed? And also to affirm progress and promote self-efficacy. What is something that you're proud of that you've accomplished recently? Looking inside of themselves and looking back, it's like how did you perform and what are you proud of? How have you changed since starting this program? Very reflective questions, trying to build that relationship even further. So those are the 4 levels of questionings I'm proposing. But in conclusion, I just want to say that if we as mentors, formal or informal, are selecting questions based on the stage of mentoring that we're in, we can signal empathy and build rapport and build that relation and go deeper into those relationships that mentor mentees perhaps should have. I think this approach is practical and it is grounded in theoretical frameworks. So it will allow mentors to move beyond the, okay, what class are you taking next semester, to a more transformational mentoring, which, in my opinion, is something that we should be aiming for. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy the presentation.